this video, I am going to create some new tests from a pool of questions from a question bank. I have my course open, and I'm actually going to go into the course management panel and course tools to look at the pools of questions. And again, that's course tools and then test surveys and pools. If I click on pools, I can see basically the pool of questions that was imported in from a publisher test bank, and I can click and edit just to ensure that these are questions that I want and that everything is imported correctly. You can see there's 80 questions in this pool. Some of them are true false, some of them are multiple choice. I can kind of scroll through and see each question and look at a preview also. But to actually build the tests, I'm going to go back to test surveys and pools and to tests. So I have some existing tests in this course, but I'm going to go ahead and make some new ones from these new pools by just clicking build test. Give it a name. Here you can include a description, maybe for your own benefit, saying like this is such and such edition of the book, etc. That can be shared with the students, or you can choose not to. And then you can also put instructions that will be shared with the students. And you can edit all of this information later too. So click submit just to get to what's called the test canvas, which is actually creating the tests in terms of putting the questions in. And here I could create questions if I were going to write them from scratch, but actually I'm going to reuse questions because I already have all of those questions in the pool. Just for example's sake, I am going to first create a random block, which is with which I can create a like say there's 80 questions in the pool, I can create a random block which pulls like 20 or whatever random questions from that pool so that each student receives a different set of questions. So here in my create random block, I can see which pool to choose from, and here are all the chapters. And then if I scroll down, it also asks me the question types. So I could create a random block of just true false questions, or just multiple choice, or both. Oops. Or I could just create all pool, do all pool questions, and then it's going to pull. So you can see here's some essay, some true false. So I'll just submit that for an example. And then here it shows this random block is actually pulling just one question. So this will randomly pull one question for each student out of the 80 in the pool. To change that to my example of 20, I can click on the 1 here and change the number. Now you can see if a student were to take this test, it'd be 20 random questions out of the 80 in the pool. In this example also, there are 10 points per question. I can again click on that number and change it if I just want it to be a test that's worth 20 points. You can also do the reuse question to create a question set, which you can use to pull specific, not just random, but specific questions from the pool, which would result in the same test for each student. And you can just pull through the find questions as well. So if I do find questions and click on the pool chapter 1, here I can read a preview of each of the questions and pick which ones I want. So let's say I want just these 3. Submit. And now you can see those 3 questions are added to my test canvas. And I can click OK. And now I have an example test that's created. And you can see it is not deployed, meaning it is just kind of residing in the course. It's not available for students yet. If I wanted to make it available for students, I would have to go into my lessons area, do assessments in the build content menu, and test. And then you'll see in the create test, there's add existing test, and these are all the tests that are residing in the course but not deployed in the lessons area. So for this course there's only one, the one that I just created. If I want students to take this test, I just select it, submit, and then it takes me directly to test options, where again I can change the description or the instructions, change how it's shown to students, if there's a time limit, a due date, etc. And then if I just submit here, you can see it's in the lessons area. I would have to make it available for those students to take, but now it is deployed and able to be graded for them. And if I decide, no, actually I don't want that quite yet, I can just delete it from here. And that's just deleting basically the link. It's no it's making it not deployed, but it's not actually deleting the test. So if I go back to test surveys and pools, tests, you can see it's still here, and again it's not deployed.